Hey everyone, just another quick update. It's been over a week since I've updated you prior. Excuse me for the wobbly camera. I'm actually having to hold my MacBook up because it's the only angle I can get where it actually catches the light because it's sort of about half an hour away from sundown. So this week I've been teaching at school, which has been awesome. The kids getting used to me a little bit more, so I'm less of a novelty and more of an actual useful resource for the school. On the way to school this morning, though, a few of the kids got sent home because I hadn't paid their school fees, which is a little bit sad. So I might do a bit of investigating to see what they were under, because maybe I could throw a bit their way to keep them in school. Fingers crossed. What else happened? Oh yeah, I went to the KCC Slum and their school out there. So that was started maybe I think 4 or 5 years ago by a volunteer who actually did a similar program to what I'm doing now. And they saw an opportunity out there and sort of an area out there that needed assistance. So now IVHQ, or which is a company I went through internationally, or NVS is a local company here in Kenya, have done a weekend called the Outreach Program. So the first day consists of visiting the school and the slum out there and seeing how everything operates. Hey, Mama. And seeing how everything operates sort of in that area. And where sort of donations and the money goes towards paying the outreach program. And I think if any of you follow me on some of my other social media, you'll see that it was a bit of a sad and bleak time. It was a lot worse than what I thought it would be when I first arrived. It's as much as they don't have there, they are also very happy kids, and as we're walking through the slum, they'll just come up and hold your hand, and we're happy just to walk along and hold your hands, just to sort of, like have love around them, because even though they don't have a lot, they also don't get a lot of love out there. It's kind of a bit of a stagnant environment in terms of that sphere, for lack of a better word. So they embrace strangers like massively because they show them love, even if it's not money or food or anything like that. It's they really love the fact that you're just there just to hang out with them. So as we're walking through, kids after kids kept coming up to us and holding our hand and smiling and laughing and playing with us and touching. They like to touch the hairs on my arms, because that's a very foreign thing to them, and the hair under my armpits is quite amusing to them as well, which I found quite funny. But there was I was fine for a while, and then we arrived at sort of the middle of the slum there, and we stopped so one of the girls could take a photo, and I crouched down with the little boy whose hand I was holding. Would have been about 7. And I looked at him, and he just smiled and looked right at me in my eyes, and I was gone. I just completely lost it into tears, which I wasn't expecting, because I steeled myself for sort of that kind of environment. But it might not have even just been the fact that I was there in a slum. It was just a very, very intense connection when that little kid smiled at me. So that was something I wasn't expecting, but it wasn't necessarily sad tears, like it was to a degree, but it was just an overwhelming moment. So after that, we went to the school that the volunteer started a couple of years ago, and it's really well run. It's very beautifully run. The kids are really well behaved, well mannered, well educated. They really, really love to learn. It was really good to see the results of someone's hard work, and quite inspiring for me, actually, moving forward for when I come back to Australia, and while I'm still here, I'm doing the program. It gets a lot of money from people doing the outreach program. Excuse me, I keep playing with my hair because it's in the wind. It's a bad habit I have. It gets a lot of money from the outreach program, and they spend it well as well. They're quite thrifty with their money, and they spend it really well, so nothing goes to waste if you throw money their way. Which I did through the means of, and thank you for your donations, because I was a part of that. So for those lovely people who donated a lot of money to my cause, I've got you some nice jewellery to say thanks, and that jewellery that I purchased off them goes straight towards the Women's Empowerment Centre there at KCC, and I think this is going to be quite noisy because of the wind catching on the mic, but hopefully I don't have to re-record this. So yes, thank you again for that. The next day of outreach program was was more of a leisurely thing rather than a volunteer thing. We went to Hell's Gate Park. So Hell's Gate Park is sort of just north of Nairobi, and it's the Hell's Gate Gorge is based off where Mufasa died in The Lion King, which is pretty cool. So we cycled 8 kilometres through the park, and I GoPro'd that as well. I had my ye old camera strapped to my head for the 25-odd minute journey. So you can see like zebra and gazelle and stuff crossing the road. It's pretty cool. So the 8-kilometre bike ride, and then we walked down to the gorge, which was stunning. I got a bit of that on my GoPro as well, but excuse the wind again. I got a bit of that on the GoPro as well. But it cut out because it just ran out of battery because it went for too long. But it was pretty cool out there. There's like a volcanic spring and stuff like that. The water that comes out of the side of the rock face is like 70 degrees. It's like steaming. It's pretty crazy. So we saw where Mufasa died, apparently, and then climbed back up and then cycled 8 kilometres back, and then sort of went on a bit of a lunch trip to Lake Nakuru. Which we were going to go on a boat cruise, but there wasn't a lot to see there that we hadn't seen already, and there's the flamingo aren't here in season at the moment. Like, they've flown off and migrated somewhere else, so we didn't want to waste money on doing a boat cruise. We ended up just going home. This is now over 5 minutes, as always. I'll aim for 5, but it goes over. Thanks again for your donations. I've bought some more stationery and exercise books and whatnot for the kids here in Nasaru Primary School in Maasai land. So thanks again. And I've also, tomorrow we'll go to, or early next week, go to Saikeri, which is the only town in Maasai land that will sort of has a market and sells stuff. So I'll buy like a 25 kg bag of rice and maybe a few sundries to deliver to the school because the kids get fed there at lunch. So that'll keep them going maybe for a week or two. So thanks again, and I'll look forward to giving you an update a little bit later. And very, very, very sorry. Oh, there's the wind again. If this is catching a lot of wind outside. As always, if you want to donate to the cause, my fundraising page is still open. Link is down below. I'm also blogging. I'm a little bit behind. I'm doing a daily blog where my vlog isn't daily. So jump on. It's a WordPress blog. Link is underneath in the description. There's only day 1 at the moment, but I have day 2 and day 3 ready just to pop up when the time comes. But I will leave it at that because the wind is going crazy right now. And take care, everyone. Thanks again. See you later.